Today we're going to work on finding the area of triangles and quadrilaterals. The main thing to do is to look at your shape, decide what the formula for the area is, and then go ahead and plug in the information you have to solve that. The main spot that you can find your formulas is on your 11th grade formula sheet. You should have that with you. If not, today I'm going to do one example of each kind on this worksheet. This is a parallelogram. You know it's a parallelogram because it has 4 sides, which makes it a quadrilateral, and each set of sides is parallel. So this side is parallel to this side, and this side is parallel to this side. Parallel meaning that they could go on forever and ever and ever and not touch. So the formula for a parallelogram is the same as a rectangle. The area of the parallelogram equals the base times the height. Okay, so I know the area of the parallelogram. If I look for the base of it, it's right here. That gives me 8 meters. The height of it is how tall it is. And since it's at an angle, they measured that on the side for us right here, and we get 5.7. Okay, so 8 times 5.7 is 45.6. The last thing we need is a label. We noticed that it was in meters, but we're talking about area, so that needs to be meters squared. If you forget, also you can look at your labels up here. We would have had 8 meters and 5.7 meters. Meters times meters is meters squared. So your answer there is 45.6 meters squared. Next shape. Here's our second shape. This is a trapezoid. Again, we talked about trapezoid the other day. It needs to have 4 sides, which makes it a quadrilateral, but only one set of the sides are parallel. So in this one, this top one and this bottom one are parallel. And it's really important that you identify what the parallel sides are, because that's going to be your base for your formula, your bases for your formula. The formula for a trapezoid is triangle area equals 1/2 times the height times base 1 plus base 2. Okay, so we have area 1/2. The height of the trapezoid is how tall it is, or the distance from base to base. If this was turned on its side, you would want to be, you wouldn't really think of the height. So if it was turned this way, you're still looking at this. This is still your height, the distance from base to base that's parallel. So in this situation, our height is 5. We can turn that back around. And then we have our parentheses, base 1. It doesn't matter which one's 1, just remembering that the bases are the parallel sides. So let's go with base 1 is right here at 6. Plus base 2 right here at 3. Order of operations tells us we need to do parentheses first. 6 plus 3 is 9. Now that I'm done with my parentheses, I can go through and do multiplication and division. 1/2 times 5 is 2.5 times 9 is 22.5. Again, we need a label. We're talking about area, so it's miles squared. So the last shape we're going to look at today is a triangle. When you look at a triangle, your formula is area equals 1/2 base times height. When it comes to a triangle, you need to look carefully for the base and the height. Okay, the base and the height are always perpendicular to each other. So luckily they gave us this red line that told us the height, and automatically we know that the base needs to be perpendicular to that. So I'm going to rotate this just so it looks a little familiar to us. Here, our height is perpendicular, or forms a right angle, with our base. So that'll help us fill in our blanks. Okay. The only other thing I noticed before I start is that we have centimeters here, millimeters here, and millimeters here. So before we start, we need to turn everything to the same label. So I'm going to go with millimeters because there's 2 of those already. I know that 1 centimeter is the same thing as 10 millimeters, and I have 9 centimeters, and I want to know how many millimeters that is, you can cross multiply, and you get 90 equals x. So this is actually 90 millimeters. You can also just times 9 by 10 if you know that conversion quickly in your head. Now that we're all in millimeters, let's go through and plug it into our formula. We have the area equals 1/2 the base. Again, the base is whatever's perpendicular to the height, so that's our 90, and times our height, which is 76. Okay? If no parentheses, no exponents, so we can go through and multiply all those together. 1/2 times 90 is 45. 45 times 76 is 3,420, and the label we chose there was millimeters squared. Okay. Those are the main 3 formulas you'll need for the rest of the worksheet. Good luck.